Hey everybody, how we doing today? So, I was out fishing about 2 weeks ago. See a little raccoon out in the water. Rah! I'm just helping you, man. You want to get to the island? You want to get to the island? I'll help you. So now, I gotta go save this guy. So I go over there, scoop him up, making a YouTube video, post it up. Bunch of people watch it. Mother Nature sees it, and she says, "Steve, you did good. So I'm gonna make it rain on you." And I'm like, heck yeah, I'm gonna get me some hookers and coke. Bam! Oh, you thought, well, you need to speak to Jesus about that. I'm talking about the All About the Bait D-Hooker 5000. Little Coca-Cola here. But anyways, so I find that raccoon, make a YouTube video about it, post it up. In 2 weeks, 1.5 million people have viewed it. Now, I'm sure a lot of people, yeah, what happened to the raccoon? But a lot of people, hey, how much money do you make doing that video? So in today's video, I'm going to show you. Alright, so let's see how much that little raccoon made me. Alright, so far in the first 2 weeks, it has made me $6,130.33. Plus, it gained me 5,000 new subscribers. Hey, new subscribers. And this is the most shocking part, okay? That video has been watched for 104,000 hours. 104,000 hours were wasted on people watching that video. I mean, sitting there in front of there watching their computers, or on their tablet, or on their phone. 104,000 hours on that little video there. That's amazing, okay? And that's based on 1.5 million people taking a look at it. So, quite shocking. So, there he goes. It pays to be a nice guy. But then again, my most popular video has 5 million, and I killed and ate a horseshoe crab. So, I guess being bad pays too. Alright, so there you go. So if you are a quick clicker and you just want to know how much did that raccoon video make, there it is, $6,130.33 so far. Now, if you're interested in some behind the scenes action where I basically made one mistake that easily could have doubled the amount of views and doubled the amount of money, if not way more, if I didn't make that one stupid mistake. I'll get into that. As well as about 5 years ago, I was 5 miles offshore fishing and I found a iguana. And same deal. It jumped off my kayak. I Ubered him back in, it jumped off, made a video about it, and that one went viral, and that one got 2.1 million views. So I will let you know how much that video made compared to the raccoon video. And then I'll wrap it up with, if you happen to have a viral video that's taken off and it's just going crazy, I'll give you some very important tips that will help you make some better decisions and not make the mistakes I made that will be so important that you will probably make it rain on me for saving you so much money. So check that out. But anyways, let's get into it. There was one incident while I was filming that raccoon video that I'm almost certain would have easily doubled the views and doubled the income if I didn't have screwed up. Alright, so Raccoon has got him. He's sitting on that box. He's sound asleep. I'm not sure what to do, so I'm just paddling along because I don't want to wake him up with the motor. So I'm just paddling along. It's dead calm out there. There's no wind, no sound. You can just hear the drops coming off my paddle every once in a while. And then all of a sudden I start hearing this little squeaky noise. It's just ee, ee, ee. And I'm like, looking around, I'm like, what is that? My kayak doesn't squeak. And I'm just looking and looking, and then I look down towards the raccoon, and then I look down at him closer, and I can see his body just rising with his breath. He's got his face, his nose pressed up against the corner of that box, so it's jammed up, and his teeth are like sticking out. and he's snoring. And I could see it in his chest. And I'm like, oh my gosh, cuteness overload. But really I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be raining money. I mean, this is jackpot gold mine stuff. Already I'm thinking in my head, okay, I'm just got to get the camera. I'm just going to put the frame so you can see the chest rise, focus in on that nose, kind of just getting pushed out there, and his teeth kind of just, and then, and I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get like some graphics, some Z's coming out, so every time it squeaks, some Z's would pop up, Z's would pop up, and I'm like, boom, I'm going to be rolling in it. And then I'm thinking, oh, I knew it was that part was like a gold mine there, but really also what I could have done was easily just sat there with the camera, focused on that raccoon sleeping and snoring, and just filmed him for 4 hours until it finally woke up, or however long it was. And I would have just made that a video on its own, and my title would have been Raccoon Sleeping and Snoring, or no, Baby Raccoon Sleeping and Snoring. Okay, and it would have been just 4 hours of just and it would have been one of those go to sleep videos, or those calming videos, and it's so long you could have had 20 advertisement stop placements there. I would have been a millionaire. Golden. I mean, I just knew that was the shot. That was the moneymaker. So I stand back up. I had the pole still in my hand. I needed to put the pole down. I needed to get the camera off my head. So I had the pole in one hand. I went up, grabbed the camera off my head, went down to grab the paddle in both hands so I could put it down. And as soon as I grabbed it, the camera slipped out of my fingers, and bam, right off the top corner of the kayak. And it was bam, just like a gunshot. And I was like, no! And of course, it must have startled that raccoon just for a split second, because it was back to sleep again, but the snoring stopped. And I was like, oh no, I just effed up big time. I just screwed up. So throughout the video, you'll hear me just talk about, oh, and it's just snoring and the snoring. I was going to place it in there. I was going to place it right up early in the video, so capture people's attention, get that cuteness overload right at the beginning to kind of carry it through. Added those little Z's, and I just screwed it. I was like, dang it. Okay, about 5 years ago, I'm out on another fishing trip. I head out to our local reef, about 5 miles out, and I see this iguana out there. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I go over to it. It climbs onto my kayak. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm a iguana Uber. So I head back to shore, get it to shore, it jumps off, and all is good. So I'm filming all of this, I go home, edit it, upload it to video. I'm like, yeah, this is a pretty nice video. Well, the following day I get out and I start checking my emails, and man, the email for my YouTube channel is just stacked with all these companies. It's all, oh, we love your videos, we want to represent you, get a hold of us, we can do some, work this out, da 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 da. So I'm like, oh, okay, something to think about. But then I started getting phone calls. They did a background check or whatever and got my phone number, and then they're calling me, say, hey, oh, we love the video, we want to represent you, da 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 da. And now I'm like, whoa, this is getting kind of serious. Maybe I do need some help with it. So this video was really popular. It was so popular it made YouTube's like top 10 videos. Not just like recommended, but YouTube's, out of all the videos, it was like a top 10 recommended videos for YouTube. So it was up there. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I better think about it. So I talked to a couple of these companies, and basically what it is that these companies sometimes will represent a whole channel and all that channel's videos. But what these ones do also is just a single viral video, okay? And the way it works is that you set up a contract, you do a revenue split, like the average is like a 50-50 split. So the YouTube ad money that it generates, you just split in half, you get half, they get half. on their side, what they're supposed to bring to the table is that they will go out and market that video to other channels, to other advertisers, to other companies that might want to use that video. They generate income by selling the rights to it. You split that revenue and you get money there. And also what they're supposed to do is to go after copyright issues. Other people, other channels, other companies or whatever using that video but not having signed a contract. So they'll say, hey, you guys owe us some money, pay us. And then you get that money, they split it, and you go from there. So that's generally how it works. So in this instance, the net result, I made $4,441.46. Now that's with the revenue split. Now on top of that, I would say it was about a full day before I finally signed a contract with them, and in that time frame that video generated about another $1,500 in ad revenue, which I collected 100% of it. Okay, so that's kind of the end result, was about $6,000 for that $2.1 million video. Okay, so let's say you've got this viral video, it's starting to explode, you're starting to get these people contacting you. What do? All right, so here's some helpful hints to kind of help you make a more calculated decision on what to do. Now that video, 2 million views, generated roughly around $5,000 to $6,000 in ad revenue, just YouTube. Now that video realistically has about at least 30 million views as of a couple of years ago. And the way I was doing is I was tracking it not just on YouTube, but also on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. And that's not counting these peripheral social media sites, just those main three. And total, it had about 30 million views on it. So if you look at it, 2 million views, roughly around $5,000, 30 million views, which is about 15 times, should be about $75,000 that video would have generated if I solely left it on YouTube and just strictly brought the money in 100% to me. $75,000. I ended up with about $6,000 in total right as of now. All right, big flags there. So what happened? Well, a couple of issues is one, when you sign up with these other companies, you basically sign over that video. They own the rights to that video. So at that point, they don't have to give you anything, all right? You're agreed upon and say 50-50, but 50-50 of what? They don't have to tell you what the starting pool is. It could make $75,000 of it, but they're gonna say your cut is $6,000. That's it, because they own the rights and they don't have to tell you anything. They don't have to show you contracts. They don't have to show you nada. You only get to see what views are on YouTube, and that's it. But you don't get to see what other money that they brought in. And then going a step further, I know there's issues with that contract stuff, because I would say about a third to a half of the money on the licensing that they brought in as a pool that they went out and got, I collected by seeing my videos out there, contacting them and saying, hey, do we have money coming in from this company? It's got so many such and such views on it. Where's the money for that? And then them coming back, yeah, we've got a contract and you should see the money in 30, 60 days or whatever once they pay, and And it would just go on and on and on like that. In fact, about 3 or 4 months ago, my sister contacted me. She was watching TV, and on a syndicated TV show, she saw my video on there. And she saw it again, like a couple days later, again on that show, and she contacted me and said, hey, I saw your video. You making money on that? It's like on a full-on TV show. And I'm like, I don't know. So I contact that company. I said, hey, this TV show is playing my videos. What kind of money are we making on that? And then after a while, they come, blah, 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 then, oh, $300. All right, what do I know? It could have been $600 and they split it to $300. It could have been $5,000 and they gave me $300, and that was the split, because you don't get to see what the contract is. They own the rights, so they could pay whatever they want. All right, so they determine what the pool is, and then your split of that pool is what you control. How does that work out? And it doesn't, all right? So that's really kind of a sketchy thing there. Now, yes, you can say, well, those are on other social media platforms. Your videos are not all on YouTube. Yes, but all those extra views that are out there could have been brought back to YouTube if they were shut down, okay? And me being myself, I have the tools with YouTube to shut those down by seeing who is copying and using those videos, because they can track it, and shutting them down, and either going up to them maybe and just saying, hey, how much did that video make? You owe me such and such, and you need to sign a contract for any further usage of it, or I'm going to sue you. All right? Or, which even better, which is a lot less work, is you should just send a cease and desist, say, hey, you haven't signed a contract with me, you need to just take that video down, okay? And they need to take it down. So then that video will be kind of forwarded back to YouTube, where people might be seeing it, will bring it up there. Another big issue that didn't help me out is I got zero recognition out of those 30 million views that it was from Key West kayak fishing, okay? As soon as they got it, they scrubbed anything to do with Key West kayak fishing. Anything used on these other sources had nothing referring back to Key West kayak fishing channel. So I got zero benefits from that video in regards to subscribers, bringing other viewers to watch my other videos, and so forth. So bad news. So you can make your determination on what you can do. I could tell you on the Raccoon video, F everybody sending me emails and calling me, I'm not even responding at all. All right, so there's a bit of behind the scenes on the monetary YouTube side there. What it's like to have a viral video kind of getting rained on. But I do want to throw in a little bit of the grain of salt there. Yeah, it's great how one video makes $6,000. Oh, I'd do that all day long, it'd be great. But like everything, there's always that other side of it. YouTube takes a lot of work. You got to put in a lot of time. I've been doing it for quite a while. I know the ins and out of it. I'm very analytical. I'm not too concerned with the end result. I want to know how to get there and why. So you just have to be very careful about that part of it. Personally, I hate social media. Despise it in general. YouTube is kind of more just a tool. It's an interesting angle, different than my normal fishing. Plus, I like the ability of helping other people to fish down here in the Keys, how to have more fun down here in the Keys, have a better experience, and so on. So that part of it I really like doing there. But I'm definitely not into that clickbaity part of it. All that set my hair on fire, woohoo type of stuff. Oh god, ginormous monster, everything is just not my thing. So I was fortunate enough to be able to divest away from the YouTube. I've got a great community of Patreon supporters who make it rain on me every month, so that helps out a bit. But then you see behind me, I've got the All About the Bait store, which has been a dynamic effect of YouTube as well, to the point where it's a freestanding entity. I've got a shop set up basically at Esky Rods in Key West, where I have most of my items there. I've got Amazon shops, eBay shops. I got the kudatube.com website, Live Bait Matters website. So quite a few other revenue streams. So the YouTube stuff is kind of just, even with a $6,000 video, it's not something that I'm going to put more time in when these other ones are a lot more beneficial. So just something to think about if you think, oh, YouTube's got to be what I'm going to do for a career. Just make sure you think it through and kind of always take a look at the other stuff, not just the viral videos. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye. Oh yeah, for my early viewers, here's a shot of the old money makers. Bam, that's where my channel was built off of. These babies. My early viewers will get it.